Hey, folks, it's Mark Arum. I hope you're enjoying the Mark Arum Show podcast. A reminder, you can hear this very radio show live Monday through Friday. We're live 6 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk. Good Monday, everybody. Mark Arum and the Bananas live with you here for the next 2 hours. Hopefully, we're definitely going to entertain you. I don't know how much informing we're going to do today, but we're going to have some fun. Johnny Kielbasa joins us in the second hour with a magical fast food review. But it's Monday. I know it's a work week, and you got that first day under your belt. You're heading home. You're stuck in traffic. You want to put a smile on your face. Best thing to do that is what, Longoria?
Let's play Millennial Match Game.
Thank you, Judd. Millennial Match Game to kick off the Mark Arum Show this week. Joining us live from her Buckhead estate. I always thought it was Midtown, but it's a Buckhead estate. It's Randi from the Digital Desk. How are you, Randi Pants?
Feeling good, Markster. Hey, everyone.
Randi is from the Digital Desk. She's the queen of Millennial Match Game. She is very, what's the word I'm looking? Prolific. On the podcast, she's on the Power Pod, and she hosts Black Educated and Broke, but she's probably most well-known for Millennial Match Game on the Mark Arum Show. You have a good weekend, Randi, before we kick things off?
I had an amazing weekend. Thank you for the referral. It was delicious. Thank you, Mark.
We sent Randi and her boyfriend and the boyfriend's sister to La Grata in Buckhead, one of the greatest Italian joints in town. So glad you enjoyed that, Randi. Let's meet our contestants on the phone. We'll start with Sharon, who is up first on the Mark Arum Show. Sharon, tell the folks at home a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a native Atlantan. I'm a mother of two, and I'm a domestic goddess.
A domestic goddess. I love it. You sound like a goddess for sure. Grant is playing Sharon. Grant, tell the folks at home a little bit about yourself.
Well, I work a lot. I'm the proud father of 6 dogs, and when I'm not working, I'm playing Millennial Match Game.
Man.
There we go.
All right, 6 dogs. Randi only has 1, but we heard from Teeny just a little bit ago. Maybe Teeny will make another appearance on the show. All right, today's Millennial Match Game brought to you, as always, by Rocco's European Garage. Today's category is cartoon characters. Cartoon characters. So here's the deal, Sharon and Grant. I'm going to say a cartoon character's name. You guys have to guess whether or not Randi will know what show that is from, okay? This doesn't count. This is just an example. Randi, if I say Shaggy, what cartoon had a character named Shaggy?
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
That is correct. Very simple, very easy. So you don't need to know the answer, Sharon and Grant. You just have to guess whether or not the millennial will know. I think Randi knows cartoons, though, so just a heads up. Usually I say, when in doubt, the millennial doesn't know, but I think Randi might know. All right, Sharon, you're up first. This cartoon character is named Boo Boo. Boo Boo. Will Millennial Randi know what show Boo Boo is in?
Boo.
Yes.
Randi, Boo Boo from what cartoon?
What was Yogi's little friend name? Was his name Boo Boo? Yogi
At the
Bear?
picnic table you will find him there. Stuffing down more goodies than the average bear. He will sleep till noon.
Yes, Yogi Bear. Good job. And that was actually Captain Herb's nickname for me, was Boo Boo.
Oh.
Because he said when I first started on radio, I talked like Yogi Bear on their traffic reports. Yeah. So he called me Boo Boo. All right, Grant, you're up. This Millennial Match Game cartoon character's name was Josie. Josie. Well, Millennial Randi know what cartoon? Hey, Randi, we can hear you, dude. What are you doing?
Oh, I didn't know. Sorry.
Are you new to this game, Randi? Are you all right? What did you do?
I have my volume off. I didn't know you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. What did you do at that hemp factory this weekend?
Nothing.
All right, we're going to skip that one. It was Josie and the Pussycats. All right, Grant only, Randi. This cartoon character's name was Mushmouth. Mushmouth. Will Millennial Randi know what cartoon that is from?
I don't, and I should. I should be old enough, and I'm going to say she's not going to know.
Yeah, you definitely should know this, Grant. That's a tough one, Randi. It's an older cartoon. Mushmouth was from what cartoon?
That is Fat Albert. I know that one.
I'm very impressed that Randi, the millennial, knew Fat Albert, and Grant didn't. I mean, Fat Albert came out before I was born, I think. Well, I want to hear some more of that. There we go. Oh, that's not you. All right, Grant gets the point or no? No point for Grant. All right, Sharon, Millennial Match Game continues. This cartoon character's name is Animal. Animal. Will Millennial Randy know a cartoon had a character named Animal?
She should. Yeah, she'll know it.
All right. Animal was in what cartoon, Randy?
Can I get a clue? I don't know about this one.
It was a cartoon, and it had a. No, that's too much.
What year?
I mean, there was two versions of it, so you should know this one. Animal.
Animal. Like that's. I don't. I don't know that one.
Animal from the Muppet Babies.
Oh my God! I don't even know that.
You don't know that?
No.
I don't right now. I'm not. I'm
All right.
Give me 10 minutes.
Grant's on the phone, people. Grant, talk to your person. You got round 2 of Millennial Match Game continues. What is the score, Deborah Green, and who is up?
All right, Sharon 1, Grant 0, but it is Grant's turn.
Grant, here we go. Millennial Match Game Cartoon Character Edition. This cartoon character's name was Odie. O-D-I-E. Odie. Will Millennial Randy know what TV show, cartoon, had a character named Odie?
I'm going to say once again, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. It's a tough one. Randy, Odie was in what cartoon?
Okay, I feel like I remembered like Odie was a dog, but ooh, what kind of dog was Odie? Odie, it's a dog, right?
I think so. I don't know. I didn't really. Yeah, it's a dog, says Deborah Green. Yes.
Odie. It makes me think of one of that dog. Oh, okay, I remember what it looks like. He's yellow. He got big eyes, and that's all I know.
Is that true? Is it yellow with big eyes? Yeah, it's yellow with big eyes.
Friends are there.
To help you get started, to give you a push on your way.
I heard Garfield in the background. All right, we'll give it to Randy. She's working remotely. All right, it is Sharon's turn. Sharon, this cartoon character's name was Chucky. Chucky. Will Millennial Randy know what cartoon had a character named Chucky?
Well, I don't think so. No.
I wouldn't have known this, but I think it's new enough that Randy might get it. Chucky was a character in what cartoon, Randy?
I know this one because I faithfully watch this with my little brother. This is the Rugrats, and Chucky was the redhead friend. The glasses. Yeah.
That is right. I've never seen Rugrats. That must be a newer one.
I think you would have been way too old for
Yeah.
Rugrats. That was like in the 90s.
Thankfully. Had you ever heard of Rugrats, Sharon?
No, I have not. I'm probably old as you, so I hadn't heard of that.
Yeah. All right, so there you go. That's okay. All right, Grant, Millennial Match Game, Cartoon Edition, brought to you by Rocco's European Garage. This cartoon character's name is Natasha. Natasha. Will Millennial Randy know a cartoon had a character named Natasha?
I know it. I'm going to, and she might. It's that well known. I'll give her that little hint, but I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. It's an oldie. Natasha, Randy, was in what cartoon? Natasha. What a great name.
Okay, so he says it's well known, and I should know. So it makes me feel like it must be an older cartoon.
Yes.
Natasha. When I think of Natasha, I think of someone black, but I don't think this character is black.
She had black hair.
I have no, whose name is Natasha? Oh, Rocky Bullwinkle thing.
Yes, Rocky and Bullwinkle thing.
Okay.
That's all right, Ray. I mean, shoot, that cartoon came out when my parents were kids, so you're forgiven for not knowing that. All right, Grant gets the point, though. All right, Sharon, you need this one. This one's tough, because you and I both know it. Grant certainly knows it. Even Longoria knows it. They had this cartoon down in Mexico. But will Millennial Randy know what cartoon had a character named Mr. Spacely? Mr. Spacely. What do you think?
Well, I knew for Rocky and Bullwinkle, so let's see. Let's see. Say it again. What's the name?
Mr. Spacely.
Mr. Spacely. No, I don't think she'll know it.
All right, it's a tough one, Randy. I'll give you a bonus credit if you know this one. Mr. Spacely was a cartoon character from what show?
I know this one only because Jetson, go, Jetson, go. Yes, I love this cartoon.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, Mr. Spacely was George's boss, right? Yeah.
Yep.
What's so funny is the Jetsons were
the Jetsons, yes.
It's basically the same show as the Flintstones, except one was set in the future and one was set. I mean, Mr. Slate was the boss in the. Yeah. All right. Anyway, good job. It is now Grant's turn. Grant, this cartoon character's name was Edna Krabappel. Edna Krabappel. Will Millennial Randy know what cartoon had a character named Edna Krabappel?
Absolutely not.
Wow. All right, Randy, Edna Krabappel.
He is right. I'm like Edna. I remember maybe a character named Edna, an older lady, but I don't know who, crab or who.
Krabappel. Spelled like crab apple.
What? Any other clues?
Nope.
Okay, Edna, remember, if you can teach one kid one thing, then today will be a success.
The Simpsons. Yes, the teacher's name was Edna Krabappel. Chuck has a crush on Edna Krabappel. He once said that she was the most attractive cartoon character. He has a thing for authority. End of round 2 of Millennial Match Game. What is the score, Deborah Green?
1-1.
Wow, it's a low-scoring affair here on Millennial Match Game. Don't worry, we got the final round to clear things up. It's Millennial Match Game Cartoon Character Edition, brought to you as always by Rocco's European Garage. Right back after this, The Mark Arum Show on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk. Final round of Millennial Match Game on the Mark Arum Show, Cartoon Character Edition. What is the score, Deborah Green, and who is up?
All right, it's 1-1 with Sharon going up.
Sharon, here we go. Millennial Match Game, Cartoon Edition. This cartoon had a character named Skeletor. Skeletor. Will Randy know what cartoon that is from? Skeletor.
I think so. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I think she'll know it.
All right, Grant disagrees. Randy, Skeletor is from what cartoon?
You know, Grant might have been right, because I have no idea.
Prince of Eternia and defender of the secrets of Castle Grayskull.
He-Man.
This is Cringer.
He-Man. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
All right,
no.
Grant, you're up. Final question. Gargamel was a character in what cartoon? Will Randy know? Gargamel from what cartoon? Will she know?
No.
Randy, Gargamel from what cartoon?
I don't know.
The Smurfs. The Smurfs.
Oh, man, I like
Gargamel.
Smurfs.
Yeah, I like the Smurfs too. What's her name? Lady Smurf, the hot one? What was her name?
Smurfette.
Smurfette. Lady Smurf.
Smurf.
Final score, Millennial Match Game.
Sharon 1, Grant 2.
All right, Grant, you win, but we have no prizes today, but that's all right. We'll get you the next time, my friend. Thank you guys for playing. Sharon, thank you. It was a pleasure. Randy, check her out on the Power Pod in Black, Educated, and Broke. News, weather, and traffic next on The Mark Arum Show.
Hey, this is Ray Liotta, and you're listening to the
6:38, 22 in front of 7. Mark Arum and the Bananas with you till 8 in the p.m. It is 69 nice degrees on Peachtree Street. I'm going to go 5.5. It was nice today. At least when I woke up this afternoon, it was nice out. Actually wearing a long sleeve shirt here. These fishing shirts were my greatest purchase of 2020. I love these things. I bought like 6 of them.
Okay.
You can wear them all the time. Like they're breathable, so when it's hot out, you can wear them.
Sure.
But they have sleeves, so when it's a little chilly out, you can wear them. I think my whole wardrobe eventually is going to be fishing shirts. They kind of hide my belly and my man boobs, kind of. I mean, they can't fully do it, but they're more flattering than regular T-shirts.
I can't
or
wait
polos.
to see you fully embraced in retirement.
Oh.
Like just I don't know how long, but 6 months or a year or whatever.
I
I
look
just
like
want
Letterman, basically. By the way, did you see
Santa Claus beard?
They've got new Letterman episodes out on Netflix.
No,
You know he does this show now.
Yeah, that interview show.
And the first, I was like, oh, new. And the first one that pops up was Kim Kardashian. I was like, skip.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Dave. But Dave Chappelle was the second one.
Oh yeah.
Really good. That guy is brilliant, man.
Yeah.
Dave
Bizarrely brilliant.
Chappelle. I mean Letterman too, but Chappelle is just—it's so funny. He lives in this town in Ohio.
Yeah.
It's like he's just one of the dudes there.
Yeah. People see a mutual friend of ours lives there and sees his wife sees him at the grocery store and his wife and he's just a regular guy there. I think that's why he stays there.
Oh, it's worth watching. I just love Dave Chappelle. I love David Letterman too, but Chappelle is he's brilliant. He's just on another level. Kind of like Longoria's on another level than the rest of the engineers here. You know,
He's just on A level.
he's on A
I'm
level.
on A level.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's put it that way.
I'm sorry I got distracted there, but yeah, definitely check it out. I'm not gonna. I'm really mad that Letterman did Kardashian. I mean, he had Netflix probably made him be like, hey, that's a name. You know, do it. I don't know.
But I'm a huge following. I'm sure.
Yeah,
there's
I
plenty
know.
Of people
I'm
watch
not
it,
watching
just not
that.
Us.
That's my solemn vow, my Sean Hannity solemn vow. I'm not going to watch the Kim Kardashian.
We can all rest easy.
So this weekend, I'm in this Facebook chat with a couple of my high school friends.
Okay.
And one of them, this girl, she is like the VP of marketing for a grocery chain in New England. Like she's got a legit good job. She's fantastic. She's a grandmother at my age, but that's for another story. And she was like, we're seeing food shortages already again. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm not seeing a food shortage here. And then Deborah sends me a thing that a second wave of rushes on the grocery store is happening, coinciding with the second wave of the pandemic. And, you know, I'm not going to get to the numbers, but we hear them every morning on Atlanta's Morning News. The numbers are going up. Hospitalizations are going up. Deaths are going up. And that has triggered another run on the grocery stores. Apparently, though, the food providers are a little more well prepared this time. So like soda, there's an aluminum can shortage. So what Coke has done, and this might have been why they dropped Tab, Deborah Green, is to save aluminum. So they're limiting production on like Fresca and caffeine-free Diet Coke, so they can get out more Dr. Peppers for Longoria, more regular Coke, more. So they're like rejiggering their lineup to use the resources. Why waste aluminum on Tab?
Right.
And not get enough Coke out there or Fresca. I actually like Fresca. I think Fresca's all right. Snacks, Frito-Lay, Pepperidge Farm, or other snack producers have been letting the public know via Twitter about the products they've paused or cut off completely. So Tostitos has stopped black beans and garlic, Kickin' Chicken Taco Pringles, and Geneva cookies. Spam has 24% less inventory of all its products than it did at the same time last year, and production might be slowed down again if any of their workers get any more COVID-19 cases. So, they're not caught off guard this time, right? The producers of the food products that we love and enjoy they're making adjustments, which is good. I think we're making adjustments as we go along. This is it's like the ocean tide. It comes in, it comes out. We're making adjustment, right? When the tide's out, you go out there in Longoria, you go clamming. You ever been clamming?
I have not.
Oh, it's so good. You go out, you just take a shovel and a bucket, and when the tide goes out and you see like the little air bubbles, you're like, clam, and you dig it, clam, and anyway, but you got to time it right. You don't want to be stuck out.
Yeah, you don't when the tide comes back in.
Yeah, unless you're Moses, you don't want to be out there when the tides are coming back in. So it's just like that. But I personally haven't. I went to Publix yesterday or the day before to get a sweet treat. I just had a piece of it, lemon cake from the Publix bakery, so good. And I didn't see mad rush or empty shelves or anything like that. Have you seen anything as far as like food?
Wipes, but not food. Yeah, and I haven't seen anything like food missing. I mean, not being there like when we go. Or
Chuck, have you seen any? I mean, I don't know if it's down here yet. This might just be a New England thing because they got hit so hard the first time with coronavirus. They might be freaking out a little bit.
Yeah,
Deborah, you're up in Alpharetta. Any?
Some of the baking stuff that we use is starting to disappear because people are already ramping up for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
And I live in a neighborhood where everybody just bakes all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So but not crazy. Like it'll be there the next week.
Okay. Yeah, I have not seen it, but I think if it's happening in New England, it's going to eventually come down here. My thoughts are: have you seen it at all in Metro Atlanta? Any of the shortages on the shelves, or are you stocking up? And like people like Longoria that stocked up the first time, like are you out of the stuff you stocked up with on Longoria?
Oh yeah,
you're out of the toilet paper. The 9,000 rolls of toilet paper you got. So I just want to know what's going out on the streets around Metro Atlanta. Are you seeing shortages on the shelves? 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk on Twitter and Instagram at Mark Arum. This is The Mark Arum Show. Food producers, grocers seeing a second wave of, I don't want to say panic buying, but stocking up on things. They've adjusted accordingly. As consumers, are you going to adjust as well? What have we learned from the first wave of COVID? Are you going to go out and get the toilet paper again, Longoria? Or is there something you want to stock up on now that you wish you had?
No,
you're good.
I mean, I haven't been hoarding toilet paper, but we get toilet paper like normal every time.
Chuck, is there anything you learned from the first wave of the pandemic that you like? Oh, I'll stock up on this now. This.
Baby wipes, because every jackwagon started buying them up for.
Yeah, I like to wipe my tushy with them.
Yeah, but people were buying them because they thought that they would work for like wiping things down, so
no.
It's not the same thing.
Yeah. So what are you seeing out there? Any second wave of panic buying here yet in North Georgia? 404-872-0750. Shirley joins us on the Mark Arum Show. Hey, Shirley.
Hey, Mark. Thanks. I love you guys. In any case, so on just a little extra thing I do on Saturday is I go out and do Instacart. And Kroger is out of a lot of things that they've been out for a while. Like a lot of frozen food items that people want, they've been out of for quite some time.
So let me just jump in for a second. So folks that don't know, Instacart, Shirley drives for Instacart, which is an online food ordering. So you go to the website and you pick out what groceries you want, and then Shirley goes and gets them and then brings it to you, right? So that's what Instacart is, in case folks didn't know what it is. So you're out there buying groceries for people, so you have great knowledge of what's going on.
Right. And then I have a favorite popcorn that I like, and I have not been able to find it for like 3 weeks. So I've looked at Kroger, I've looked at like several Krogers and several Publix, and none of them have it. So there are certain things out there, though, that you're just not able to find. Even, particular Lay's potato chips at stores, people are not able to find that. But I think the store that's having the most trouble with keeping things restocked is actually the Kroger.
So what happens for, say, let's say you said frozen food. So let's say Longoria wants to get 6 of the turkey dinner frozen Hungry Man dinners, right? He loves those. And he orders 6 of them, and you go to the store and they're not there. What do? Do you call them up and be like, hey, they got the fried chicken. Do you want that instead? Or how does that work?
No, actually, so there's an option to go on there to say, I can't find it. And sometimes some people will put like a second option. But if they don't pick a second option, they tell you can choose one for them, but you wind up wasting more time because you pick a second option for them, and then they send you a text message that says, no, I don't want that. Can you refund that? So I don't want to waste time without that. If I don't see it, I just don't.
You just move along.
No adequate option.
Do you enjoy doing the gig?
Actually, I do. I thought it's just something that actually makes money on Saturdays. I still work my full-time job during the week because I'm working from home right now. But I love to grocery shop, so it gives me opportunity to do it at many different places. I usually pick up a few things for myself while I'm there and shop separately for me as well. But
I would, because I'm one of the people, I know that's weird. I love grocery shopping. As an adult now, once I finally realized, like, oh, I can buy anything I want now. Like, I still had the mentality as a kid, like, oh, I can't buy cookies. I can't buy a sugary... But then, like, I had a moment of realization. I'm like, I'm an adult. I can buy 9 boxes of mac and cheese if I want. I love grocery shopping now. Oh. I would do that, even if it's for someone else. I just like going down the aisles, checking out the products. Arden's up next on the Mark Arum Show. What's going on, Arden?
Hey, great, Mark. How about you?
Excellent. What's up?
So the thing that I can't find is like masonry jars and all the canning stuff.
So the empty jars that you will put your own food in?
Yeah, and the tops that goes on top of it, or the wax, or the pectin. Sometimes you can't find it for.
Is that just because people are making their own food now? They're like, all right, I'm gonna, instead of buying it, I'm gonna can my veggies. I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's what I'm figuring is what's going on.
That's interesting.
Did Longoria hoard those too?
Did you hoard the canning jars, Longoria?
I did not. My mother-in-law got those.
I know you did, Longoria.
He's got to put those cascajones in the canning jar. That's interesting. All right. So what are you seeing out there as far as, are we seeing a rush on the shelves? Apparently from the lovely Instacart driver, frozen food. Some potato chips are gone. And what have we learned as consumers? So the producers of the food have learned, all right, we're not going to make Fresca and Tab. We're going to keep making regular Coke. What have we learned to help us out during this second wave of grocery store rushes? 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. Still to come next half hour, Johnny Kielbasa will join us with a Fast Food Review, and he'll have a football minute on Twitter and Instagram at Mark Arum. News, weather, traffic next.
The Mark Arum Show is performed before a live studio audience.
No, I want this town to be near you. I stand alone. I stand alone.
Welcome back to the show. To good Monday Eve to you. Mark Arum here, you there at 7:07, 7 minutes after 7 o'clock. This is the Mark Arum Show, heard Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 p.m. on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk. The whole family here tonight. Devra Green, the executive producer of the program. Longoria, the stoic Eskimo on the other side of the takeout window. Low Tizzle. Screens, damn calls. Johnny Kielbasa joining us in exactly 30 minutes. Quick weekend recap. I haven't really talked to the Bananas off the air. Deborah, any highlights from the weekend?
I helped my neighbor build a fire pit, and then we had like a little gathering around the fire pit.
I'm glad you brought that up because I meant to talk about this last week. Have you ever heard of, did you cook on the fire pit?
No, we just sat around and drank.
Sat around and drank. All right. Have you ever heard of Doughboys?
Like as a rap group, yes.
No, as a campfire dish. Chuck, I'm sure growing up in Montana, you've been outside in front of fires more than the rest of us combined. So I mean, we used to have fires, bonfires as a kid or whatever. And I had never heard of Doughboys. Longoria, you ever heard of Doughboys?
No.
So when I went to a fire pit a couple weeks ago when it was movie night, and we were drinking and they the couple that was hosting it, they were like, yeah, want to make Doughboys. I'm like, what the hell's a Doughboy? So apparently you take, like just biscuit dough or, the dough in a can kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you flatten. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you flatten it out and then you put it in there's a plate of sugar and cinnamon or whatever you want. And you like this and then you flip it over and go like this.
Pat it down.
And then you wrap it around a skewer and you cook it on the open fire. Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it sucked.
Really?
Yeah, it was not good at all.
Really?
Yeah.
What was wrong with it?
Did you cook it? Did you burn it?
Well, that's the problem. It's not like a s'more or a hot dog or a marshmallow. I guess it depends on the skewer. You can't really fully cook them.
It sounds like a really bad churro. A baked one instead of a fried one.
Now, maybe it was just, it didn't stay. It's cinnamon, sugar, and dough. It was fine.
Right.
But I couldn't figure out how to get the thing completely
There's
cooked.
There's probably a trick to it.
Yeah, but they didn't tell me the trick.
Well, no.
But
was everybody else's fully cooked and you were the only
It was so
idiot?
dark,
the only
couldn't
person
tell.
that
It was one of those things where everyone knew it was bad, but nobody wanted to pipe up and say anything.
100%.
So everybody just sat around like, oh, this is great.
100%. I was excited to try it.
Sure,
but
I would have been.
And maybe I'll try it again, but I think maybe it was the skewer that I just couldn't. It was so when I ate it.
Metal skewers?
Yeah.
Okay.
And when I finally just burned the sucker. You do it with marshmallows, you let them on fire, and and so I finally did that, and it was still undercooked.
There must be a better way to attach the dough to the skewers so it cooks more evenly and quicker.
Yeah.
So it's more like a.
But I feel better that I was the only one that never heard of Doughboys. Anyway, how was your weekend, Chuck?
It was good. We had a Halloween/birthday party we took the kids to, and then the Botanical Gardens had some Halloween thing.
Oh, nice.
We went to Sunday morning. It was cool.
Very
they
good.
had pumpkin displays and stuff.
Longoria, anything big this weekend?
I went to the pumpkin patch yesterday at our church.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and took pictures with the girls. They got all dressed up and everything.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
You
did or
post
they
those on Facebook? Yeah, did you dress up?
I did not dress up.
I thought he said I did.
No. They dressed up. They got all dressed up.
Did Leslie post the pictures on Facebook?
No.
All right. I was like, I didn't see him. Usually,
we're going to get to that.
I get notifications when Leslie posts
okay.
pictures. Yeah. Anyway, I had a good weekend. It was relaxing. Just slept. Nothing huge. I want to continue to take calls on the possible second wave of a grocery shortage. Manufacturers are getting ready, bracing for perhaps a second wave of mass buying. And my friend who works for a grocery chain in the Northeast says they're seeing it already. What are you seeing out there? And what have we learned? There's one thing I've learned is I am not buying anything perishable, right? Not that I went out and bought a lot of perishable stuff, but I don't want stuff that expires in May. I want stuff that expires in June of 2097. I don't want to buy anything and not use it. I want it to be there. So canned goods, frozen, I'm not buying anything perishable at all. Even if it's going to perish in 4 months, I'm not buying it. I want 2-year shelf life minimum on anything I'm buying. Okay. So what are you seeing out there, and what have we learned for this possible second panic buying? 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. I want to talk about this story now as well. I'm a huge Vegas guy. Raise your hand if you're a Vegas fan. 1, 2, Deborah Green's hand is not up. So 3 out of 4. And I love kids, but I don't have kids, and if I'm in Vegas, I don't want kids. well, that sounds really weird.
Yeah. That does.
So, like, the last
when do you want kids?
The last time I went to Vegas, it was pre-pandemic. I went for the World Series of Poker. We stayed at the Venetian. It was great, but there were 1,000 kids there. It was just like, I love kids, but I don't want to be dealing with them in a casino environment. Yeah. Now the first adult-only hotel has been opened on Las Vegas Strip. It's the Cromwell, which has been there before. They are reopening now, and they've decided to go kidless, like 21 and up throughout the whole hotel. So Longoria, if you and Leslie went, you couldn't bring the kids.
Right.
So
I wouldn't take them to Vegas anyway.
No, yeah, but people do.
Like, that's so weird.
I know.
My grandparents took us.
Did they really?
Well, they made it kind of like we went to the Grand Canyon, and then we went that way, then the last part was for them basically, and we just did nothing for that 2-3 days over there in Vegas.
They just stuck you in the fountains that swim around, kid. And this is a recent development for me. 2 years ago, I went on spring break, went down to Destin, and there's a really nice hotel. I stay there in Destin. I mean, it's expensive. I pay more for that hotel room than I've ever paid in New York City, Las Vegas, L.A., whatever. But it's a really nice hotel. It's right on the beach. Everything I want. I just go out. My chair's ready for me. Drinks are brought. It's a great hotel. But the last time I went was with spring break, and it was 5 kids to every adult. And I went down just to relax. And I get it, spring break, and there's kids there. But I was like, I can't stay at this hotel again. It was kids running down the hall screaming. You know, if I'm paying X hundreds of dollars a night for a hotel room, I don't want to be waking at 5 a.m. with kids running to go to the pool.
Well, don't go on spring break.
Yeah, I know. I get it. But so I'm actually excited about that. I might scope that out. What do you think about adult-only spot in Vegas? I think it'll be successful.
Oh, definitely.
404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. Tony's in College Park, Georgia. Tony, welcome to the show.
Yeah, there's a theme. Every time I call, I was talking about grocery stores.
Oh, nice.
Pineapples, upside down pineapples or something. I don't know. I just want to remind everybody that there is a shortage on corn because of the first wave of panic buying. So the popcorn that the lady was looking for, she's not going to have a easy time finding it. And anything that had corn in it, like corn syrup or corn starch or anything like that, it's going to be diminishing greatly.
So are the producers of corn, are the farmers not producing enough corn, or we're just buying too much of it?
You can only plant corn in the spring, and so once the corn's planted and you harvest it, there's only so much. I can't go out and plant corn and then in 90 days have another batch of corn.
Gotcha.
I gotta wait till spring. So
can we buy corn from a warmer climate? You know, like is in Venezuela? Is it now? Can you plant corn in Venezuela now or something like that?
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, foreign-born corn, Longoria. I don't know. That I meant to ask.
I want to point out that you're baking with the skewers and whatever. You have to cook bread from the inside out first. That's why you put it in the oven and bake it. So, and also you were dealing with alcohol at the time, so maybe alcohol and fire and sharp things aren't a good.
It's so funny you said that.
Mix.
I just got a text via the Piccadilly text line from my mom, and she's like, "Dummy, you got to cook it slow. It's a dough. You know, you're right. I guess I was.
Yeah, you don't catch it on fire and
but I mean,
burn it.
It's not an instant gratification like a s'mores.
No.
Or just a regular marshmallow. Yeah. So I'll give it another. I just don't have the patience for it, I guess. Mary is in Atlanta. Mary, quite contrary. Welcome to the program. Mary?
Everybody clap your hands.
I tried, Mary. You hung on so long, too. I apologize. Sherry is in Social Circle. Sherry, welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you doing?
Excellent, Sherry. What's going on?
I'm going to tell you how to make your doughboys.
Oh, okay.
This is from a Girl Scout.
I love it.
Okay? All right. When you get your pan biscuit, you don't flatten it. You roll it like a hot dog. And then you wrap it around this, or then you dip it in your cinnamon sugar and you wrap it around the thing like a hot dog.
That's what they did. I didn't do any of the machinations. Like they handed it to me pre-rolled on the stick and said, "Here, put it in the fire."
Yeah.
So
no,
I
you
think
have
that's
to roll it out like a hot dog.
So how do we? how long? How do I cook it though? Once I get it rolled out like a hot dog, how do I cook it? What's the best way to cook the doughboys?
You just have to cook it slow. You know, you got to have a very long stick. It's longer than a skewer, like a real stick.
Okay.
See, what we used to do, you trim off the end of the stick, and then you soak it in water until the evening till you're ready to use it.
Oh, wow, that's a process.
And then the stick doesn't burn.
How long do you think I gotta bake this thing over the fire? What's my time commitment?
No more than 10 minutes. Less than that, probably. If
Okay.
it's rolled out really good.
Yeah, I gave it about 2 minutes, and then I just ate the raw dough.
No.
But like the outside was crispy. It was like, all right. So 10 minutes on the doughboy. Get a stick, Chuck, soak it in water the night before. Roll it out like a what, Sherry?
A hot dog.
Like roll it out like a hot dog, and then put it
And
on
then
the
roll it
on
in
the
your
wet
cinnamon
stick.
sugar and then wrap it around your stick.
So it's worth it. 10 minutes. It's worth it. It's delicious.
Yes,
All
it
right.
really is.
Any other Girl Scout treats that you could pass along? Any wisdom around the campfire?
Just s'mores and telling good stories.
S'mores and good stories. What about hot dogs? Do people still cook hot dogs over the open fire like that? Or just hobos?
All the time. All the time.
Like that's the hobo meal,
There are
right?
hobos getting wieners and
I don't
and
know.
skewers.
Chuck gets them on his couch.
He's not a
Hot dogs
hobo,
and beer,
though.
man.
Yeah, do you eat them raw, just out of the package, Chuck?
I do.
Yeah,
Well, they are
nice.
cooked.
I love it.
Yeah, they're already cooked.
Nancy's up next on the Mark Arum Show. Hello, Nancy.
Hello, Mark. Hi.
What's going
Can
on?
you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
What? Oh, nothing. I'm driving down to Lake Sinclair and just have your show on as usual.
Oh, appreciate it.
So with the panic buying, I never. It's common probably, but I never wanted to be without paper towels again. And toilet paper is okay, but paper towels, I seem to go through a roll a day. So I have been buying them ever since on the shelves. I think every
That's actually a very smart suggestion because even now, Maya gets mad when I like take 2 paper towels instead of 1. She's like, "We don't have a lot of those. Just take 1."
I can't just take one.
Well, it depends on the size.
I'm horrible
of them.
at
yeah.
that.
So like she's still keenly aware of the paper towel shortage. That's a good thing. Write that down, Shani B. Buy paper towels. We'll come back. More of your calls, 404-872-0750. Are you seeing any panic buying in the grocery stores? What do you think about an adults-only casino in Las Vegas? And, oh, yeah, Russ in Gainesville next. 404-872-0750. This is The Mark Arum Show.
Mark Arum on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
725, 66 degrees on Peachtree Street. Marker and the Bananas at your beck and call till 8 in the p.m. Don't forget, at home, you can listen to the program via the WSB radio app. Amazon, Alexa, or Google Home, just say play 95.5 WSB. The only place you can hear Russ in Gainesville.
Russ, come here a minute. I want to talk.
What's going on, Russell? Happy Monday, buddy.
Hey, thanks a lot. You know, you reminded me of something because one of my nicknames I got from eating something I cooked in a campfire. Because I used to hang out with these guys in Cumming, and they all had nicknames, and I didn't have one. And I was cooking some stew in the campfire, and then when it was done, I didn't have a spoon. I said, well, how am I going to eat it? So I went to find a spoon, and the guy picked up a handful of sand and poured it in the stew.
So what did he call you, sand or stew?
Well, when I came back, I ate it, and they were all laughing at me, and they called me Sandman.
Oh, I like Stew. Stew's a good nickname. Sandman's okay, though, too. Sandman, isn't that death? Isn't that the Sandman?
I think it's the guy that puts you to sleep at night or something.
Yeah, but I think it's also...
You're thinking Metallica.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not. Sandman is the guy that puts you to sleep forever. Longoria, you don't want to get visited by the Sandman.
Okay.
I don't know.
Russ in Gainesville, though.
Russ, how was your weekend, buddy? Any highlights?
Nah, I'm not really going out. My son is supposed to be moving in with me, so I've been preparing the house for him, and, you know, nothing exciting. So
He was supposed to be in coming over on Friday. Did he show up or no?
No, he's coming next weekend. So that's what he says.
All right. And he's coming from where? I should know this, but where's he coming from?
God, you know what? I don't even... Lawrenceville, I think.
Oh, local. Okay. It's not like he's coming from Toledo, Ohio or anything like that.
No.
All right. How old is he?
Oh, God. He just turned either 21 or 22.
All right. Do your research before he shows up next week, Russ. You don't want to be caught off guard when he goes, hey, how old am I? You want to have that answer at the tip of your tongue.
Okay.
All right. Keep us posted, Russell.
Thanks, Mark.
All right. When we come back, double dip at Johnny Kielbasa with a fast food review and a football minute. And Devara has come up with some fast food nuggets for you. Fast food favorites from the year you were born. Think about the year you were born, and I'll tell you what was the fast food favorite from that year. 404-872-0750. 1-800-WSB-TALK on Twitter and Instagram at Mark Arum. Stick around. News, weather, and traffic next.
This is Mark Maron from WTF. You're listening to the Mark Arum Show. Enjoy.
He packed in the animals 2 by 2, ox, a camel, and a kangaroo. Packed him in that ox so tight, I couldn't get no sleep that night. Rolling Stones, Shep and Ham, tell them about God's master plan. Oh, my Lord.
Welcome back to the show, 7:30, 6:24 in front of 8. Mark Arum and the Bananas with you till 8 in the p.m., Monday through Friday on the Nifty 750. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it, truly. It's been a good show this far. It's about to get a lot better, though, Longoria.
And now, on the Mark Arum Show, it's time for the Fast Food Review.
Joining us live on the Greasy Salty Hotline from parts unknown, height unknown, weight, oof, we do not want to know. Johnny Kielbasa and the ever-so-popular Fast Food Review. How you doing, Jonathan?
I'm doing great, Mark Arum. I've got my tank. I've got my hard helmet. I've got my weapons because chicken sandwich wars continue to be fought on the soil of America.
Dun, 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 dun. What's the latest battlefield for the chicken sandwich wars, buddy?
It seems like all we talk about is everybody getting their new chicken sandwich. Last week we talked about Wendy's revamping their chicken sandwich and calling it a new chicken sandwich by just putting some pickles on it. But now our buddies at Church's Chicken enter the foray, Mark. They might have had a chicken sandwich before, but now they're saying this chicken sandwich can compete with any chicken sandwich on the block. Popeyes, we're coming for you, Mark. They got a cross-cut honey butter brush brioche bun. Try saying that 10 times fast. Of course, they've got regular mayo or spicy mayo on this. They've got the pickles, which seems to be what defines the new age chicken sandwich. You got to have pickles and mayo on it now. And they're getting the filet. It's going to be crispier. It's going to be juicier. And according to them, it's cooked to perfection. So, Mark, this is going to be like the other sandwiches, but I think the bun is something that separates it, and you can have it spicy, and you can also have spicy mayo, which I like as an option anywhere in the world.
And this is available now at Church's or in the future?
This is available right now, and I don't think this is a limited time only because they're expecting the same sort of success that everybody else has been having with chicken sandwich. I guess everybody's just eating chicken sandwiches now.
Yeah, I mean, it's comfort food. Now, I love Church's Chicken. What I question, though, and correct me if I'm wrong, Johnny, has Church's ever done a brioche bun before? That seems a little fancy for Church's.
Yeah, I think it's new to them, and I think they really needed to hit it out of the ballpark. They really needed to make a splash with this new premium chicken sandwich. And anytime you put a cross cut on a fast food bun, it kind of seems like a special occasion. And when you got honey butter sitting in the kitchen, why not baste it on there too?
Yeah, you got to clear out the supply of that. They overordered on honey. They panicked. Church's panicked during the pandemic and overordered on the honey butter. Where did I have honey butter the other day? Oh, JCT Kitchen in Midtown. I know Chuck's been there with Erickson. It's right off of Howell Mill. They had a honey butter bread basket. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, all right, Johnny, I'm glad you're here because Deborah came up with this amazing list. Hi, Deb. He said, there you go.
Hello.
Hello. This is the per year, the fast food favorites from the year you were born. All right? So, yeah. And it goes all the way back to 1950. So we'll start with Longoria. You're born in 1977. The barbecue sandwich at Arby's. That was the barbecue sandwich, the classic barbecue. Chuck, you were born in 1978. The beef and cheddar from Arby's. Arby's crush in the late 70s. How about that? Deborah, what are you, 96?
Absolutely.
Yeah, 96. Deborah Green was the spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's was the most popular fast food. I was born way back in 73. Tough to beat this one, kids. The quarter pounder with cheese from McDonald's.
Classic.
Do you know what's funny? No, it was just the quarter pounder. Now it's only on the menu as the quarter pounder with cheese. But when I was a kid, it was on there twice. Like you either got it with the cheese or the no cheese. And then McDonald's said, well, screw it. We're not. I mean, you have to ask for it if you want cheese because.
Yeah, they still do that with the Whopper.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. So here we go. I'm going to start way back in 1950, Johnny K. And if you want to chime in with your expertise, I'd love to hear it. 1950, Dunkin' Donuts, fast food favorite. 1950.
Time to make the donuts.
Yeah. 1951, the banana split from Dairy Queen. 1952, this is the year I should have been born. One of my favorite meals of all time, the tender sweet fried clams from Howard Johnson's.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hojo.
I love those fried clam strips. 1953, Danny's Donuts. I'm assuming they are no longer in existence. I don't know. Danny's Donuts. 1954, broiled burgers from Burger King. They were the first to do the flame broiled burgers way back in 1954. They've been around ever since. Hojo comes back in 1955 with the large, not to be outdone, Hojo says, we're going to do a large charcoal broiled steak. Like, you can grill your burger. We're putting a steak on there. 1956, the original recipe chicken from Johnny Kielbasa.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, Mark.
1956. 1957. Listen to this run of fast food favorites. 56, you had KFC. 57, the Whopper from Burger King was sweeping the nation. And then in 1958, Pizza Hut came on the scene.
Golden age right there.
Right?
Golden age.
I mean, that's like Mickey Mantle's Triple Crown years. Those are crazy. 59, Henry's Hamburgers. Never heard of them. 1960, a newcomer in the pizza biz showed up. Domino's and their pepperoni pizza. 1961. What's big about 1961? Roger Maris broke Babe Ruth's single-season record, and the most important date in Longoria's family tree. What a burger.
Oh, yeah.
19. I didn't realize they were around that long.
Oh, yeah, they've been around forever.
They need to come to Atlanta. Stop messing around. You can't come as far as Alabama and stop.
That is true.
Right? I mean, what the hell?
True, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
1962, the famous cheese slider from White Castle. 1963, these are the fast food favorites from the year you were born, by the way. 1963, the bacon cheeseburger from A&W. I don't go to enough A&Ws. I mean, there's not a lot of them around.
Yeah.
But if I ever see them on a road trip, I'll swerve off the highway and check out an A&W. 1964, Johnny Kielbasa, Jesus' chicken sandwich was born. Chick-fil-A, 1964. It'd be tough to top that. But 1965, Mickey D's came up with the Filet-O-Fish.
Uh-oh.
The Filet-O-Fish. I think
Greatest fish sandwich.
it is the greatest fish sandwich.
100%.
It's crazy. Even though they're robbing us literally by only putting half a piece of cheese on that thing.
Yeah, I don't get that.
That makes, I mean, and I was eating it for 40 years before I found out that there's not a full slice of cheese.
Oh.
They just put it half and they have melted over one side, so it looks like
so
it's
it looks
full
like you
bag.
got it everywhere. Yeah.
That's unbelievable. So that was 1965. 1966, the original Sneaky Pete from Sneaky Pete's. Do you know anything about that, Johnny K?
Not in that context, Mark.
All right. 1967, the Big Mac. 1967. So that was a full 10 years after the Whopper from Burger King. That's shocking to me.
The third bun changed the world.
It was a game changer. 1968, Sonic came up with Pickle O's. I don't know what those are.
The heck are those?
I don't know. Wendy's came in 1969, Dave's Famous Burgers. 1970, Taco Bell with the Enchilito. That was their primary thing. 1971, the classic roast beef sandwich from Arby's, which Johnny Kielbasa once declared the greatest burger on the planet. That was a very controversial take. Very controversial take. 1972, the year before I was born, the Munchkins were born at Dunkin' Donuts, the little donut bites.
Wow.
Yeah. Whoever came up with that deserves a raise, right? Because you know how that came about? If you guys, I used to make donuts for a living. And you'd roll out the dough, much like you do with the doughboys at the campfire, and then you'd take the donut maker and you'd put the circles in, and you'd have these little balls. And before 1972, they would throw the balls away.
No, they wouldn't. They would roll them back out.
Johnny, stop. Stop. And they would just waste those balls of dough, kids. Come up and sit up on Uncle Mark's lap.
Yeah.
This isn't the
Tell you about donut
story.
balls.
And then someone in
Tossing them out the window.
Yeah, they were just literally, they would throw them at homeless people. They would.
Gosh.
Wow. And then 1972, someone, an unknown hero, said, "Why don't we just fry these up and sell them?" And the Munchkin was born, 1972. 1973, my birth year, the Quarter Pounder. 74, that's a big one. The Egg McMuffin debuted for McDonald's.
That's good.
Still a classic,
That's
one of the best.
historic.
Johnny Kielbasa, what is the all-time most popular sub at Subway?
The cold cut combo?
Yeah, the BMT cold cut combo, 1975. Taco Bell came out with the Bell Beefer in 1976.
Ooh.
77 was the barbecue sandwich, as we mentioned. 78, the beef and cheddar. This is, I don't know why this is on here. The taco pizza from Pizza Hut in 1979. I have no recollection of the taco pizza from Pizza Hut. That sounds awful.
I think it had lettuce on it.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, who wants a pizza with lettuce on it?
No. 1980, the Cheeserito from Taco Bell. Bellwether year in fast food, 1981. McDonald's came up with this seasonal favorite, the McRib. The McRib is fairly new, 1981. 1982, taquitos from Whataburger. Are those any good, Longoria?
They are.
All
They're
right,
pretty
I haven't
good
had
for
those.
being, fake tortillas and
Popeyes said fake taquitos. Buttermilk biscuits from Popeyes in 83. Rest in peace to the McDLT that debuted in 84 from McDonald's. Dairy
It
Queen.
It burned brightly in the sky and then just kind of faded away.
Keeps the hot side hot and the cold side cold. 85.
I remember
that.
Blizzards from Dairy Queen. 1986. I do not remember this. Seafood salad from Taco Bell.
Gross.
That lasts 3 days on the menu. Who the hell's getting seafood salad?
Oh my God.
Let me fly through the rest of this list. I'll give you some highlights. 1988, Pan pizzas from Little Caesars. McDonald's in 89 and 90, Pizza and Mighty Wings, and then 91, the McLean Deluxe. 93 was the McLobster. I don't think that was ever available down here.
McLobster.
1995, Stuffed Crust Pizza from Pizza Hut. 96, the Spicy Chicken Sandwich. 2000, the Caramel Frappuccino. So it kind of went off. All the bigger stuff was in there. So that's great research right there, Deborah Green.
Thank you.
That took months to accumulate that. So I'm going to go. Let's see who had the best birth year. Quarter pounder with cheese for me. Longoria had the beef and cheddar. No, the barbecue beef and cheddar for Arby's. Johnny, what are you, 74?
61.
61. The Whataburger. All right. I'm taking the title with the quarter pounder. Hang out 1 second, Johnny. We'll do the football minute.
All right.
All right. Come back right back. We'll finish up strong with Johnny Kielbasa's world-famous football minute. It's Monday on the Mark Arum Show on Twitter and Instagram at Mark Arum, MarkArum. Right back after these quick messages. Joining us now on the Mark Arum Show, as he does every Monday during the football season, it's Johnny Kielbasa and the Football Minute, where Mr. Kielbasa breaks down the weekend that was in the world of pigskin.
Chuck, that backside post going to be open. Deb, stay in and pick up the blitz. Week 7 in the NFL. Big Ten back. Week in college. Smell my feet. Give me something good to eat. Week in America. Your downtown Panthers had another shootout, and this time they vanquished the Trojan horses of Alabama. The Coastal Carolina Chanticleers are ranked number 25 in America, and they play Georgia State this weekend. It's on TV. Get your Panther t-shirts now. Your Midtown Bumblebees got their honey stolen again. Rebuilding's hard, but the future's bright. Kinda. Your Choke City Chokers choked the Steak Sandwich City Lions and choked up a choke job by scoring a touchdown and choking up a game-winning drive. You know what they say, when in Choke City, choke is the choker's choke. Greg Schiano's Rutgers Scarlet Knights upset Sparty, ha-ha. Cardinals upset the Seahawks, ha-ha. Niners upset the Patriots, ha-ha. The football team smashed the Cowboys, ha-ha. America's team, the Cleveland Browns, know how to make a bad team look good, but in the end, they barely squeaked past the Bengals. Hey, 5-2's 5-2. Mark Arum's New York Football Giants are great at losing, and Danny Doe is great at tripping over the 10-yard line, but still, they're only one game off the pace in the NFC least, and tonight, the Midway Monsters take on the Gulf City Ramos on the M&S.
How Falcons was that game yesterday? Oh my
so Falcons.
goodness. At least whoever had Julio Jones on their fantasy team. Do you have him at all?
I do not, but I had Gurley.
Not Julio Jones, Gurley, that's what I mean, who scored that extra touchdown.
Yeah, I needed it, and I didn't know, I wasn't watching it, and then when I saw the highlights, I was like, oh, that sucks. But
in Johnny's league, I lost to Matcham, Johnny, by 3 points. And it was right at the end of the game, and I had the San Diego quarterback. That guy's awesome, by the way.
He is.
Yeah.
And he just threw a little dump off to the running back, and it would have gotten the first down and kept the drive alive, and I would have won. And the running back just dropped the ball, and I wound up losing the long Matcham of all people by 3 points. It stinks. Yeah,
that's a tough one.
But how about Danny Dimes tripping? This is out of nowhere, like a ghost tripped him.
Yeah.
That would have been a crazy 90-yard touchdown run from a quarterback, and there you go. Johnny K, we appreciate you as always, and...
If the cholesterol is high, baby, so am I. Follow me on Twitter, Johnny Kielbasa Rocks on Instagram, and listen to the Sausage Hut podcast on any pod app or JohnnyKielbasa.com.
All things Kielbasa on JohnnyKielbasa.com. Appreciate you, bruh.
Anytime, bruh. Go Panthers.
Which ones?
The Georgia State Panthers.
Just making sure you weren't a Carolina Panthers fan. Thanks, Johnny. Real quick, as Johnny gets out of here, we were talking about fire pits earlier. KFC logs now available at Walmart, Chuck, the nation's largest retailer, exclusively launching KFC's highly coveted herbs and spices fire log, created in partnership with EnviroLog during the upcoming holiday season. Third consecutive season that you'll have that fried chicken scented fire log on Monday. I would imagine that your ancestors who explored the West, the Lewis and Clarks of the Thomas family, would rise out of the graves if you ever used an artificial log in a fire, right? That's a big no-no for the...
Those don't even... I don't even think you could buy one in Montana. Those don't even... I didn't know those were a thing until they moved down into bigger cities.
Yeah. Can you imagine not chopping your own firewood?
No, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. People think I'm joking. I didn't know that those fake logs, I thought that was a joke.
When I was 6, we moved into my house where I grew up in Connecticut. I think I was 6, maybe a little younger. And we had a fireplace there. So my dad bought a cord of wood and put it in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
That cord of wood lasted till my late 30s when they finally just got rid of it.
Did you ever build a fire?
I think once.
Once?
Yeah, I think once. I'm not going to complain because I have a fireplace in my house and I haven't
Never
done it
use
yet.
it.
Oh, we got to do Star of the Show. I'm late. Sorry, Longoria.
And now, are you guys ready for the Mark Arum Star of the
Phil
Show?
Alexander, a rare listener star of the show. Thanks for that, Phil. That was fantastic. We'll continue the conversation on Twitter and Instagram at Mark Arum, Facebook Mark Arum WSB. Big show tomorrow with little Sanjay. In the meantime, go to sleep, little baby.
Go to sleep, you little baby.
Guests of the Mark Arum Show stay at the All Suite Omni Hotel, located in the heart of Chicago's Magnificent Mile.